Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese, and this is my review of The Walking Dead Series 8 Dale figure, made by McFarlane Toys. And I am very excited that they made this figure. It makes me very happy because I didn't think they would go back and make figures. It's around Series 3 and 4, and it just didn't seem like they're going to go back and make any old ones. And then so many people kept requesting Dale that they finally made one. And that's really awesome. I really hope he sells well so that they'll go back and make some of the other characters that they may have missed. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Lori. Actually, I despise Lori. But I still would like to have a figure of her because she was one of the main characters. It's Rick Grimes' wife. And they should have one of her. And like a better Shane. Hopefully they go back and make a better Shane. And T-Dog is coming up, so that's really cool that they're making some of these older characters. And there's the back of the package. You can see the other ones you can get. Like I said in the Morgan review, Bob might be a little more difficult to get. He's either packed one per case, or supposedly some cases don't even have them. And also Eugene is supposedly only one per case, so they can be tough to get. And Tyrese is an exclusive to Walgreens. I don't believe he's out yet. Carol is an exclusive to GameStop. I think you can pre-order her on GameStop right now, but I don't think she's out. They say the 15th, but who knows with them if it'll actually be out on the 15th. But there they all are. There's also the 2-pack of Morgan and the Walker. They don't show that on here for some reason. The box is kind of plain. It's got that little note that Abraham wrote to Rick and Morgan found the note. It's kind of a plain box. Kind of wish they had the pictures of the actor on there, but oh well. Let's open this up. So there's Dale, and he is awesome. I love this. I love that you can set him in his little lawn chair. He's got his binoculars. He's got his rifle, his hat. This is like everything you need for Dale. Well, except for one little thing. Maybe big thing. That'll be his RV. I hope they make an RV to this scale, because that would be kick-ass to go with this Dale figure. But I don't know if they're going to make that. I heard a rumor they were going to, but I don't know if that was true. I never heard anything about it again, so I don't know if it's going to happen. I just hope it does. In one of my old reviews, I said they'd probably never make the RV, but yeah, they're listening to fans. Maybe they went back and made Dell, so who knows? Maybe they will make the RV someday. This just doesn't look right. It looks a little bit off. Scale just isn't quite there. And it doesn't fit inside very well either. But enough about the RV. We got the Dale figure, and that is awesome that we actually got one. And it's also awesome that he is very well done. The likeness, I think, is pretty damn close. It's not perfect, but it's really close. I'll say one thing that's noticeably different is the actor has really dark eyebrows, and his eyebrows don't look very dark here at all. And I think even on the back of the package, you can see that they gave him dark eyebrows there, but not on this one. So that'd be an easy fix. Just get some black paint and paint his eyebrows black. But I didn't do it for this review. I like his little hat accessory. I like that it's removable. I might have preferred that they had switchable heads, just because the hat's kind of hard to get on him. It kind of wanted to pop off. And I had to get it just in the right spot. And it still doesn't seem like it's down all the way as it should be. So it would be maybe better if they would have had separate heads. Or maybe a more flexible hat, because the hat is really stiff. I mean, they've made figures where the hat type accessories are really soft. I think NECA's Ultimate Freddy figure is a good example of how they should make the hat, because it's this nice, soft, rubbery material. Still looks really nice, but it's really soft. You can see it fits on his head really nice and snug. See, if this was hard plastic, it'd probably go right there and then be stuck and pop off, but it just slides down on there real nice and holds on. My music's playing. What the hell? But I wish they would have made Dale's hat like this. But look at that shirt. Not like his little Hawaiian shirts that he always wears. They did a good job in there. They did a really good job on this pattern. Looks really nice. definitely looks like a Dale shirt. And he is a bit of a chubby guy, so it's nice that they showed that in a figure. He's not they definitely didn't make him scrawny. So, yeah, he's got a little bit of weight to him. So that's really nice. Hat off so you can see what that looks like. So even with the hat off, he looks a hell of a lot like Dale. I think they did a really good job on his likeness. Like I said, it's not perfect. There's something about the face I think is not perfect, but it does look a lot like him. I kind of wish they went with the Dale face, if you know what that is, where that expression Dale made like through half the show every time someone does something that shocks him, which is like constantly, he makes that goofy Dale face. I kind of wish they had that as his face, but this one works too. It's almost Dale face. Maybe even that's what they were going for, but the paint doesn't, maybe that just takes away from the Dale face a little bit. I don't know. He got some nice texture on his beard there, on his hair. Looks like there's a little scratch or something on his head. I don't know what's that's about there. Got the wrinkles on his forehead, and the little bags under his eyes. So I don't know. They did a good job on the sculpt of this guy. You can see his shirt's got some nice texture to it. It's kind of dirty. Got wearing his dirty wife beater shirt. That's what really happened to his wife. Dale seems like a nice guy. He's like, zombie apocalypse. I'm sick of being married. No one's going to arrest me now. Picks up 2 hot little blonde girls and lets them live in his RV after the apocalypse starts. Freaking bastard. Dale, seems so nice. You're an evil man. You see he's got his little wristwatch on, and he's got his cargo pants. And there's a little weird thing about the pocket, which I'll show when I'm going over articulation. But, yeah, you can see his cargo pants pocket. So the pants are really well done. They're painted really nice. Shaded really nice. So is this shirt. This shirt's got a little bit of shading in it. And I think they did a really good job. Boots, there's not a whole lot going on there. They're just basically brown and there's a little bit of sculpting. And here's a close-up of the hat. They did a pretty good job on it, but like I said, I wish it was more flexible. Really hard. It just would have been a lot easier to get it on his head if it was more flexible like Carl's hat was in Series 7. Oh, what is that, an A? Is that an A in there? Accessory, which I was way more excited about than I probably should be, because it's just a lawn chair, but for some reason I just really wanted that, and I was really happy that Dell came with one. It's a cool little accessory. It's a little flimsy though, like right here where the pegs go in. Pops out really easily when you're trying to adjust the chair. But I mean, it goes back in easily, and it'll hold Dell up and everything. You can see this kind of slides there. I'm not really sure what position you're supposed to get it in when you're standing it up, because he seems like you'd want it to go all the way back, but then it seems like the chair leans down, or go all the way forward, it kind of leans down too far. So it seems like get it in about the middle area seems to work the best. Maybe about right there. I don't know, something like that. Well, I don't know. This is hard to do with one hand. You probably just got to mess with it and get it in a position it works. See now, well there it's all the way back and it's working. So I guess the back legs have to be in the right position too. Really nice job of sculpting this material here. I mean, it really looks like a little lawn chair shrunk down. It's got the texture on each of them little, whatever you call that, straps, or I don't know what you call this. Yeah, it looks really nice. Looks like a believable lawn chair. It's even shaded. It looks a little bit dirty and used. I like it. And you could fold it up just like a lawn chair folds up if you wanted to set it against the wall or something. But why would you want to do that? Unfold it and have Dale sitting in it or something. It's a nice, really nicely sculpted rifle, and it's got the little strap on it and the scope. The wood on it looks pretty nice. Yeah, I remember someone said that Dale never even killed a walker in the show, which is kind of hard to believe because he's always on guard up on top of his roof with his rifle, and he seems like he'd shoot one on occasion, but I don't think he did. I remember something about he sort of helped kill the deer biter walker that was played by Greg Nicotero, the one that Darrow ended up killing. But I think that's the closest thing to Dale killing a walker. Put that on Dale's shoulder like that. It is kind of loose though. You move him around and it'll kind of fall off his shoulder like that. So you got to get it in the right position. Put it in his hands too. I guess I'll show you that now. His hands are a little stiff though, but they'll hold it. Got his gun in both hands. Like I said, his hands are stiff, so it's a little hard to get in there, and you gotta be careful because there's a possibility that he would break if you do it too hard. I don't think it'd be very easy to get him into a believable shooting position. Yeah, if you want to try, go for it. I think it'd be very difficult. I don't think his arms are articulated enough at the elbows and shoulder to do a believable shooting position. The binoculars are a nice accessory, but that's about as close as I can get him to looking through them. Like, that was difficult to do itself there. You might be able to get a little bit closer, but it's tough. His elbows need to be a little more articulated. The way his sleeve is there makes it hard to bend his arm back. But that's pretty close. It looks a little weird with the strap, though. It'd be nice if the strap was more flexible because it's just kind of sticking out behind his head with magic powers. That's still pretty cool. A little bit funny when you have it around his neck, but it's not too bad. But yeah, nice little binocular. Kind of shiny there in the front. I go over articulation really quick. His head articulation is pretty good. I showed on the Morgan figure, it seemed like he had a little extra articulation because he didn't actually go like that. But Dale can't really do it. So it's not like all the new figures have this extra articulation. He can turn his head like that, but he can't just, can't do what I was just doing with Morgan. But it's still, he has decent enough articulation at the head. Can't look up in the air very far, but he can look down a little bit and turn. So pretty good articulation at the head. The arms is where this figure's a little bit limited. Well, there's some other limitations too, but the arms are limited. It gets really tight up at the shoulders, and the way the shirt is shaped, it doesn't let him move a whole lot. I mean, it's decent, it's just not as good as some of the other figures are. And it's also limited at the elbow because of the sleeve. You can't really get a full 90 degrees there. You can almost get it if you turn it down in certain ways. The wrist articulation is pretty good though. You can spin that around. It's not perfect, but it's decent enough. There doesn't seem to be any articulation at the waist though. You can't spin him or lean him forward. Well, his legs can, can do that, but I mean, there's nothing in there. Now, his legs I thought would be more limited by this shirt because the shirt's kind of stiff, but it's still, you can get him into this sitting position. So that's pretty cool. It'd be pretty shitty if he came with this chair and couldn't sit in it, but he can. And his legs can even go out to the side because this is slightly flexible. So if you need him in some kind of weird position, you can do it. If you want Ninja Dale or something like that. See, there's a little bit of skin color there in his pants. Be nice if that wasn't there. It's on both of them little pegs. But yeah, his legs can articulate pretty well at the hips. The knees, they aren't too bad either. It can get almost to 90. Well, it looks like about a 90 degree. Pretty close. And it could spin. However, here's the weird thing I was talking about the pocket. The pocket is part of the top part of the pants. And it kind of stops the leg from twisting out that way. Go that way, but just not out. But it is nice when you look at it that way. It kind of hides the articulation. And there is articulation at his ankles, just you can't do a whole lot. Basically just slightly spin it back and forth. So that's about it for articulation. So here's Dell next to one of his good buddies, Glenn. And I think right shortly after Dell died, I think Glenn wore his hat a little bit. But that didn't last very long. But that's cool seeing them together. And there's Dell with his almost girlfriend. In the comics, if you read the comics, you know they actually were together. They were in a serious relationship. But in the comics, or in the TV show, they kind of hinted that Dell really liked her. But, well, they showed that he liked her. But, they hinted that he was a little more attracted to her than she was to him. But that never went anywhere. So they had an odd relationship. One where Andrea kind of didn't like Dale anymore. It seemed like towards the end there, Andrea didn't really like Dale very much. He kind of annoyed her or something. She was pissed that he saved her from getting blown up at the CDC. He's like, "Come on, Andrea, we gotta get out of here." And then he's like, "Oh, hey, Jackie, see you later." And there's Dale and Shane. These guys did not get along very well. Shane did not like Dale, and Dale did not like Shane. And Dale was all about telling Rick, you know, Shane banged your wife, man, and he's an asshole, and you should probably go kick him in the nuts. And I think Dale was even very jealous, very, very jealous of Shane's backpack. He wanted that thing. He took it out into the woods and tried to hide it in a tree, and Shane's like, give me my book bag, Dale. Give me my book bag, got my crayons in there. And Dale's like, oh, fine, Dick. And gave it back to him. And there's Dale and Rick. And Dale's like, hey, man, you grew a beard. And then you fell in my chair, asshole, you're dick. And that's his first kill of the show. So, as you can probably tell, I really like this figure. It's really awesome. I really like the Morgan figure, and I really like this Dell figure. It's another really awesome figure made by McFarlane Toys. And I think the likeness on this is really good. It's not perfect, but it's really good. Good enough for me. I do think I will probably touch up his eyebrows, though, make them a little darker. Love that he comes with his hat, and his binoculars, and his rifle, and especially love that chair down there. The chair is awesome. And the articulation's not perfect on him. It's still good enough, I guess. I just wish there's a little more articulation in his arms so he can hold his binoculars and rifle better. But it's still good enough, I guess. Because Dell didn't really do a whole lot but stand around and sit around. I think the paint on him's really nice. Especially that shirt. The Hawaiian shirt's awesome. They did a pretty good job painting his face. It's not perfect, like I was saying, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. And the chair's painted really nice. I like that. So, overall, I really like this figure. I really recommend it. I think it's really awesome. I got this one at Toys R Us. And I'd say check there. They should be out at GameStop soon. Well, this is Mr. Evilcheese, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Well, see you later, Glenn. I'm gonna go see if my sister Beth killed herself.
Glenn, I see the way you look at her. You hitting that? Yeah, you're hitting that. I can see it in your eyes. You're hitting that booty. Yeah, no. How was it? How was it? She got a nice booty. How's it feel? Dale! Oh, sorry. Just Andrea won't give me anything. Oh, she's man. I had 2 hot chicks in my RV for weeks and nothing, not a thing. I read the comics. I was like, man, I'm gonna get some hot blonde action, and it never happened. Well, speaking of that, I want to show you a couple things in the RV. Now, can you go grab a battery? Go grab a battery, because I'm going to take you in the RV and we're going to shove a battery up your ass. So just get some lube, a battery. We're going to just see how that fits, and then you'll know how to stick a battery up your ass in the RV if I ever get eaten by a swamp walker that Carl lets escape and it doesn't tell anybody, and it comes and eats my stomach. Yeah, definitely get some lube. I can tell it's going to be a tight fit there, Glenn. Okay, go run along.